Hey everybody, 47 here and welcome back to the channel with your favorite video of the week, Marquee Matchup Predictions. First of all, last week, 3 out of 4, very happy. A lot of money to be made, that's what I want to say. A lot of money to be made with Manchester City players. But let's not brag because that's over. Let's go to the next one. We're gonna do a prediction for the next week. It's kind of hard to do predictions right now because a lot of games are decided as the season is ending. Okay, but we can get a game here or there that we can try and adjust, and this is one of them: Valencia versus Espanyol. As you know, and if you follow football for a long time, you know Valencia and Espanyol are two historic teams in the La Liga. Valencia even won a few times, and Espanyol always had good performances. And if I remember right, they've been in the La Liga for a long time. So saving their asses from relegation is a must, and is the reason I chose this one. So Valencia has 40 points, and they are 5 points away from the relegation spots. Espanyol has 34 points, and they are 1 point away to survive relegation. So it is really important, one, for Valencia. If they win this game, they will be automatically safe from relegation because there's two left. Okay, there's two left, so there's 6 points on the line. And Espanyol needs to win to keep fighting. So let's say if Espanyol wins Valencia and Real Valladolid, that's how you say this name, they will overtake them, and they might also overtake Getafe and get same points as Cadiz. So they could jump 3 spots, okay, from 19th place to 16th if everything goes their way, and it's going to be a major boost to survive relegation. Because there's no titles on the line, let's say like that, or European competitions, I decided to choose this one as the first one. And let's see how we're going to do with this one. I guess I think we're going to do well. Then the second one is Stade Rennais versus Monaco. Why this one? Okay, let me go. Ligue 1. Monaco is in 4th place. Rennes is in 6th place with 62 points, so 2 points difference. Lille is in between them with 63 points. So Monaco needs to win, okay, to maintain at least their position for I don't want to say conference. It's not conference. Yeah, it's qualifying for Europa League, so they can go to the playoffs for Europa League. And let's be honest, the Europa League is better than Conference Cup. Okay, more money involved. So if they don't win the game, okay, if they lose and Lille wins, they will go over them, and their Monaco will jump to 5th place and again lose a lot of money. Rennes in this position also, if Rennes wins, they go from 6th place to at least 5th, so they will have access to European competitions, which they don't have at this moment. So this is the main reason. I don't know if they're going to ask players from these teams, but if you want to risk it, buy players from these teams as cheap as you can. 350 is always the minimum for me. 350 because you will always get some profit there. Okay. Then the third match will go with not a big game. Okay, not a big game in the Premier League, but this is also the ones that you can make most money. I'm going to tell you now, the biggest game of this weekend is United versus Chelsea. It is United versus Chelsea. There is no way around it. Okay, there is no way around it, and it might come. But again, Chelsea was last week versus City, and there is some things on the line, but only for one side, and this, well, it's United because they're fighting for top 3. For Chelsea, it's already condemned. They can't go to European positions and they can't drop. So I'm not going that way, despite I know the argument I used last week that it's two historical matches and United versus Chelsea is also historic. But again, EA usually doesn't put the same team twice in a row. That's my argument. What's going on with Villa versus Brighton? Let me go to my sheet here. Basically, Brighton is in 6th place and Aston Villa is in 7th place. They are separated by 3 points. Okay, 3 points. And what's happening here? The last place that gives a spot in European competitions is 7th place, which is where Aston Villa is at the moment for the Conference League. That means that in 8th place, Tottenham is less 1 point than Villa. They are out of the European competitions, and it's always better to go to European competitions than not to go. It's I know it's more games and you spend more on traveling, but it's also a lot of extra revenue and a chance of winning a European title. Tell that to Roma because they were very happy with the Conference League last year. So I think this one's gonna come because Brighton needs to win to secure the position. Okay. So they don't go on the last few fixtures of the season dreading if they lose a point, they'll lose a European position. And Aston Villa is also the same thing, because if they win, they will keep the distance of at least 1 point to Tottenham in case Tottenham wins, because they can always lose, you know. They will keep that point distance and they will be in a European position. So my suggestion here is, again, players from either team, 350 max, so common gold, silver and bronze, the usual conversation, and try to sell on the hype. If you trust my tip, you can save them and sell like half an hour, 1 hour after the marquee matchup drops, because that's when it will rise quite a lot, to be honest. And finally, this one, I'm gonna say this, and I usually don't say this, I'm gonna go 100% in on this one. And thanks to, let me see his name, because I don't wanna, thanks to Neil, 1998, I guess that's the year he was born. He was telling me that there's only, between Juve and Milan, there's only one bronze player, and he's going for 9k. So don't fight that player. Try to get silver and gold common, 350 max. As usual, try to get good positions like center back, and good nations like, in this case, Italian. Why this one? Inter has a very important match with Atalanta as well. But I'm not going with Inter because Inter was last week versus Napoli. And why Juve versus Milan? Okay. First of all, Juve has one less game, but we'll consider that they won't win because I don't know the future. They might win, they might draw, they might whatever. Juve is at this moment 1 point away from Lazio. Juve needs to win to keep the second place. Okay, the second place, it's something. It's better than third, I guess, and it's a direct access to the Champions League. I don't know how it is in Italy, but the third place, I don't know if it's a direct access. Okay, so Juve needs to win to keep the second place secured so they can go to the Champions League directly. Milan, in this case, is in 5th place with the Europa League, okay? And they are 2 points away from Inter. So, considering that Atalanta beat Inter and Milan beat Juve, Milan will go to a European position. And now here is the kicker, which is really fun. If Milan loses and Atalanta wins, Milan will drop to the Conference League and Atalanta will go to the Europa League. It's a beautiful mess and I love these games. There is a lot on the line for all the 4 teams. But again, because I don't believe Inter will be 2 times in a row, I think they're gonna go with Juve versus Milan. Okay, that's my prediction, and wow, already almost 9 minutes. I'm gonna go very short. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Please leave a like, a comment, hit the bell icon, all those good things that make us grow. And this is literally the only video that I ask everyone to share. This is the only one. Sub button up here, over there is my latest video, and over there is my Platinators channel, which I have been neglecting again. I will see you guys next time. Bye.